Assalamu alaikum and welcome from Gulberg Jibkhana. This is Sheikhani Super League Season 4, the first match between PAREKH Kings and SHAHEEN Shinwari underway. SHAHEEN Shinwari winning the toss, deciding to bat first in this first match of this prestigious Sheikhani Super League where 5 teams are participating. Danish Afridi and Sohail have come out to open the innings and Umair has taken on the new ball. It's the fourth season of this Sheikhani Super League where we see some really interesting encounters between some really strong sides that play T20 cricket all around the city. PAREKH Kings and SHAHEEN Shinwari, the 2 new additions of this elite T20 tournament that is happening for the 4th time now. Danish Afridi, the opening batter of SHAHEEN Shinwari, yet to get off the mark after the first couple of deliveries, and his partner at the non-strikers end, Sohail. We will see in action shortly. Umair, on the other hand, the right-arm fast bowler, has taken on the new ball with just 2 fielders outside that you expect in the first 6 overs. Flicks that away on the leg side. Fine leg. Will have to cover that one over, but I just get the feeling he's going to get off the mark with a single. Sheikhani Super League presented by Dongjin, powered by Trip Planners, Advisor and Tours, powered by SHAHEEN Shinwari, one of our sponsors, the gold sponsors of this league. 5 teams are participating in this time around. The 2 teams in action, SHAHEEN Shinwari and PAREKH Kings, and the other 3 teams are champions of the previous season, NJS, Big Bang Entertainment and the Dongjin team. All these matches, 12 matches to be precise, will be played here at Gulberg Jimkhana, which will be the host of the 12 games between these 5 teams. Top 2 teams will obviously be facing off each other in the all-important final that will take place later next month. Third man and deep fine leg in place for the right-arm fast bowler Umair. Goes for the big shot, thrashes that one over point. This will run away for 4. An aggressive start this from Sohail. Fuller in length outside the off stump, threw his bat at it, comfortably got it over the fielder at point and opened his account with a boundary on the offside. So first boundary being scored already in the very first over, courtesy of that big shot attempted by Sohail. It's just his second delivery, but he had no hesitation in keeping that one down. Good comeback. Outside edge found, but there is deep third man in place. Will get a single and will retain the strike at the start of next over. First over done and dusted. SHAHEEN Shinwari after the end of first over are 6 without a wicket. Two fast bowlers with the new ball. Mohib will share this new ball alongside Umair. Starts off with a short delivery, gets his man first up. What a wonderful start this is for the fast bowler. First delivery of your spell and you castle the leg stump. It was slightly short. He was looking to play it with the straighter bat. Might have got an inside edge, but an excellent start for Mohib nevertheless. The delivery that just jacked back in, completely surprised by the right-hander. And a wonderful start this for PAREKH Kings. First wicket gone down. Sohail, after hitting a boundary in the very first over. PAREKH scoring after 5. SHAHEEN SHINWARI are 6 for 1. So wonderful start from Mohib. Wicket of the very first ball of his spell. That brings Didar Azim at number 3. Lack of bounce did Sohail on that occasion. The ball that just jacked back in and didn't bounce as much as he was expecting. But that leg stump went for a cartwheel. That suggests that that was a quick delivery from Mohib. Usually you expect a lot of runs on this particular venue, especially when the outfield is lush green and the pitch is favourable for batting. But a wicket early in the innings will always give confidence to the fielding side. And this is exactly what Mohib has provided his captain. Different field setup for the new batter Didar Azim. You can see that field at a deep square leg. Now fine leg is up, but the third man is still back. Two fielders very close to each other on the offside at point and backward point. A bit of a pause because the side screen is just being adjusted for Didar. But a brilliant start for Mohib. For 6 overs are going to be very crucial for both these teams. The fielding side, the PAREKH Kings, will be hoping that they can get some more wickets early on. On the other hand, SHAHEEN SHINWARI, although they've lost a wicket early on, but they've got Danish Afridi, someone who can take the bowlers to cleaners in the first 6 overs, especially with the fielding restrictions in place. Hits it in the air, just gets it past mid-on. Not enough timing behind that. Will just be pulled back before the boundary ropes. He'll come back for a couple. It was up pitch, it stayed in the air for quite a bit of time, but it was in the gap between mid-on and mid-off. A little more timing behind that, and that could have gone all the way for 4 as well, but a brilliant piece of effort by that fielder at long on, mid-on and mid-off, ensuring that they saved those 2 runs for their team. It's a pretty packed offside field for Didar Azim. As he mentioned, there are 2 fielders close to each other on the offside at point. There's cover and extra cover and a fielder at mid-off. So the line of attack will be outside the off stump on that fourth stump channel, and so far Mohib hasn't done anything wrong. Just a couple of runs conceded in his first 4 deliveries, along with the wicket that he took. Goes for the pull shot, gets it past fine leg. This will run away for 4. Attempting another bouncer on that occasion. Mohib, this time just drifting down the leg side, and a swiveling pull stroke by Didar will fetch him his first boundary of the innings. He did the right thing by rolling his wrist over to keep the ball down, and once you get it past that inner field on the onside, it always travel across the outfield. Slower one, just moving away from the right hander, nicely gathered by the wicket keeper. A brilliant delivery to end the over, and a brilliant over from Mohib comes to an end. A wicket and just 6 runs off it. 2 overs done. Shaheen Shinwari are 12 for 1. Umair will continue with the new ball. It's going to be his second over. Danish Afridi so far has just faced 3 deliveries in these first couple of overs. Hasn't had much of the strike so far. Presenting the full face of the battle. He might be a little more watchful and cautious since he has lost his opening partner very early in this innings. But not long before, we will see him going for those big shots, especially to make use of the first 6 overs. Once again, you can see that fielder deep on the onside, a deep fine leg, and as we speak, he has been asked to come back in. Third man is still in place, and square leg goes back. We can expect another short pitch stuff from Umair, just like the way we saw from Mohib in the previous over. Pulls a full toss, driven on the offside, gets it in the gap. There was confusion between the two fielders as who is going to be stopping the ball. In the end, the extra cover fielder had to go for it. But once again, Danish Afridi manages to get another couple to his name. I think he'll be slightly disappointed that he should have put that away for a boundary. It was a full toss outside the off stump, but once again, the bat just turning in his hands and not much strength behind that stroke. He's trying to bowl as quick as possible, Umair. Hasn't really found his timing up till now, Danish Afridi. Has faced 6 deliveries so far, hasn't hit a boundary. This time he goes straight, gets it out of the middle of the blade and gets his first boundary. Always a wonderful stroke if you can hit it over the bowler's head. It was pitched up. There was no swing on that occasion for Umair. Hitting through the line, gets it over the head of the umpire and the bowler. And with mid on and mid off both up, it was a definite boundary for the right-hander. His first of the innings. And straight away, fielder goes back from mid on to long off. Third man comes back in. Another full toss that goes straight toward extra cover, but they are going to pick up that quick single. Good running between the wickets. That fielder at mid-off was slightly back at the edge of the ring, which allowed these two batters to complete that run. Not a rapid start this from Shaheen Shinwari, but they are building it on. Run rate just over 6 and over for the batting team. Oh, lovely delivery. A bit of shape away from the right-hander. Just had to keep his bat out on that occasion. Once again, the over ending with a dot ball. 3 overs done. Shaheen Shinwari are 19 for 1. Mohib into his second over. Pulls a full length delivery. This time Danish Afridi goes over mid-off, and this might be the first maximum. Yes, it is the first maximum of the innings. Not a lot of pace on that delivery from Mohib. It was pitched up. It was outside the off. I mean, this is exactly the length Danish Afridi was waiting for. He hit a boundary on that similar stroke on the previous over. This time got a little more bat, a little more elevation and the distance behind it. And it's always a wonderful feeling to start the over with a maximum. Comes down the pitch. Gets his man. Just clipping the leg stump. Mohib is on a roll here today for PAREKH Kings. Danish Afridi once again just losing his cool. He thought he might hit another one out of the ground. This time coming down the pitch, missing the line of the ball. Just clipping the leg stump. Excellent delivery and a brilliant comeback. This from Mohib after being struck for a 6. It's a danger man. Goes back. Danish Afridi goes back after scoring 14. Shaheen Shinwari have lost another wicket there. 25 for 2. So 2 wickets gone down very early for Shaheen Shinwari, both being picked by Mohib, and that now brings the left-hander Yasir Akhtar at the crease at number 4. Changing his angle, Mohib will be looking to come around the wicket and to put more pressure on the new batter. They have brought in the fielder at first slip. Once again, the ball just holding on the pitch. There's definitely variable bounce on this pitch. Even the way the first batter went out, it was a short delivery that didn't bounce a great deal. The leg stump went for a cartwheel, and this time Danish Afridi, while looking to come down the pitch, was expecting the ball to bounce a little more, which it didn't obviously, and it hit the leg stump in the process. He's a good player, Yasir Akhtar. He can change his gears according to the situation of the game. Now he has been sent at number 4, so he'll play the waiting game early on before he can start going big. He's got all the shot in the books. Plays with soft hands early on, and then looks to use the long levers towards the end of the innings. Once again, a forward defensive push and a quick single. A single to get off the mark for Yasir. PAREKH Kings haven't really allowed Shaheen Shinwari to just run away with the show, just scoring at over 6 and over up till now. Haven't really made use of this power play. Just 26 runs with the ball remaining in the 4th over. Both the opening batters have been sent to the dugout. Once again, a good delivery to end the over. A successful one comes to an end from Mohib. He came back well after being struck for a 6 of the very first delivery. 4 overs done. Shaheen Shinwari out for 26 for 2. So 26 for 2. We are still in the batting power play. Into his 3rd over now. Omer once again a quick single. Chance of a run out, and he misses at this north striker's end. Don't think Omer was expecting these batters to go for a quick single. He turned around, threw it at the striker's end. The wicketkeeper wasn't standing anywhere near to the stumps. And Didar Azim should consider himself very lucky. It was a late call to complete that single. Had that hit the stumps, would have been a disaster for Shaheen Shinwari. Just a forward defensive push, gathered in his follow through, turned around, then immediately threw at the stumps. Unfortunately, it was well away from the stumps, and Yasir completed that single. Lapse of concentration could have been costly for Yasir Akhtar and Shaheen Shinwari. Luckily, the bowler just wasn't able to hit the ball to the stumps at the striker's end. But you can sense the pressure on these two batters. Low full toss, clipped away on the leg side. Brilliant timing and placement. Square leg couldn't cut that one off. A brilliant boundary for Didar. Looking to bowl as full as possible, just missing the length. It was on the toes, it was a full toss, it was clipped nicely by Didar Azim, and he collects his second boundary of the innings. They've got an odd boundary every over, but they have lost a couple of wickets early on, Shaheen Shinwari, because of which we might not see a lot of aggression in the remaining overs of the batting power play, but right now all they need is a big partnership. He goes for a quick single again, and a bit of a misfield will allow them to do it comfortably in the end. But they're doing the right thing by putting the pressure on the fielders and the bowler. They're not looking to face many dot deliveries. Even the ball that has gone straight to those fielders inside the inner ring, they have looked to pick up a single on that occasion, and so far has succeeded. Hitting the pads, appealing for something, but I don't think Azizur Rahman is interested in raising his finger. Unless and until you cannot bring the ball back in by coming over the wicket to the left-hander, it's always very difficult for the umpire to raise his finger. And on that occasion, the ball was clearly pitching outside the leg stump, and it just held its line. So an easy decision this for Azizur Rahman, the on-field umpire. But one thing is for sure, both Umair and Mohib are bowling at a decent pace with this new ball. Oh, nicely taken. We're given as a wide by the on-field umpire, but that was well kept by the wicket keeper behind the stumps. Not a lot of extra runs given either by PAREKH Kings, so their bowling efforts have been quite disciplined up till now. Haven't really given anything away to Shaheen Shinwari batters. The line and length has been immaculate. They have targeted stumps on most occasions. Slightly fuller and just got his bat down in the end there, Yasser. Just get the feeling the captain of PAREKH Kings is just waiting for the batting power play to get over before they can introduce the spinners. But the way their fast bowlers have operated and the amount of assistance they've got, you might see more fast bowlers operating in the middle stages and the depth of the innings. Usually you see the new ball bowlers bowling a couple of overs or 3 overs at max with the new ball before the bowling change happens, but nicely driven, but goes straight to extra cover. Couple of dots to end the over. A decent over from Umair comes to an end. 5 overs done. Shaheen Shinwari are 33 for 2. So first change in the bowling attack. Uwais has been given the ball, replacing Mohib. It's the last over of the batting power play, so we can expect Didar and Yasser to take few risks, especially against the new bowler, who will look to first get settled with his line and length. Goes for the sweep shot, but just drifting down the leg side. Another wide from PAREKH Kings bowler. It's just a second extra run conceded by the bowling side. This batting power play has clearly belonged to the fielding team, as not a lot of runs have been scored and a couple of wickets have been taken. They did the right thing by not coming back for the second run, because didn't go far away from those two fielders on the leg side, and by the time they were looking to come back for the second run, the ball was already released by the fielder towards the wicketkeeper end. Three fielders on the offside for Yasir Akhtar. Goes over extra cover. This might go all the way for six. It does. Not a lot of pace on offer from Awais, and he provided that room outside the off stump to the left-hander Yasir Akhtar, just bending his front leg and hitting it comfortably over extra cover. It's always a good shot to see left-hander going over extra cover inside out, and to get a lot of distance behind that speaks volume of how well he timed it, Yasir. First big shot from the left-hander, comfortably clear the boundary ropes. Since 3 more balls left in the power play, so you can expect some more big shots from these two batters. Just get the feeling the ball went towards the parking lot, so the umpire wanted to have a look at the condition. He now seems satisfied, so is the bowler. Slower delivery, nicely punched off the back foot towards long off as Yasir picks up another single. Both these batters will be looking to stitch a big partnership now for the third wicket. Both these batters have now got a start. Depends on how well they bat, how long they can bat. Once again, mid-on comes up for the right-hander Didar. Bowls a short pitch stuff, and it just bounces in front of fine leg. Very lucky there, Didar Azim, although he has collected a boundary in that similar fashion, but on this occasion he just couldn't keep it down, and was lucky enough that the top edge did not carry to the fielder at fine leg, who is still standing inside the inner ring. Another bouncer, this time goes over the bat and collected by the wicket keeper. Consecutive dot deliveries to end the over. The batting power play is completed. Shaikhani, SHINWARI, after 6 overs, are 42 for 2. It's a double bowling change. Fazal also replacing Umair from the other end. Goes over extra cover, does Yasir. Will get another boundary now, the left-hander. He's growing in confidence with every delivery he has faced now, Yasir Akhtar. A gentle loopy delivery outside the off-stump, and once again getting on the front foot and clearing the extra cover with ease to get another boundary to his name. Flighting it up once again, gets it past long off. Will it run away for 4? It does. For a moment, they must have thought that it will go straight to the fielder at long off, but it was timed so well, and he knew where the fielder at long off was positioned, so he deliberately played it wider of him. And in the end, although the long off fielder has just a couple of meters to cover, which he couldn't do it in the end, and Yasir Akhtar collected another boundary. 50 also comes up for Shaheen Shinwari. The run rate is improving as ever, almost now touching 8 and over. Fazal will be looking to turn the ball away from the left-hander. He's still going to come over the wicket. Plays it in the air, chance, and taken by extra cover. A very soft dismissal in the end for Yasir Akhtar. He was playing so well, got a 6 and a couple of boundaries early on in his innings. And now just looking to chip the ball over extra cover. Ending up playing it straight in the hands of that fielder. He'll be clearly disappointed. Farid Agha taking a really good catch, diving forwards, ensuring that Yasir Akhtar will be on his way back to the dugout. He got a start, unfortunately couldn't convert that into a big score. Walking back after scoring 17, Shaheen Shinwari are 3 down with 50 on the board. One left-hander departs, another one walks in. Tayyab at number 5 for Shaheen Shinwari. 4 bowlers have been used up till now by PAREKH Kings. 3 of them have now picked up a wicket each. Fazal getting a big wicket of Yasir Akhtar, who was looking dangerous. We have seen that in the past. The slower you bowl, the effective you get on this wicket. Hasn't really turned the ball a great deal, Fazal, but after being struck for a couple of boundaries, he has straight away found his perfect line and length. Good comeback. This from the off spinner. 3 dots and a wicket to end the over. 7 overs completed. Shaheen Shinwari are in a spot of bother. They are 50 for 3. Another change in the bowling attack. Farid Agha, who has taken a brilliant catch already. The leg spinner has been brought into the attack. He's tall, so you can expect him to get some more bounce on this track, but it looks like a two-paced pitch. Looking at the way some of the deliveries have kept low. They'll have to deal in singles and twos to get a big partnership. Unfortunately, they have not been able to do that up till now. Tayyab and Yasir Akhtar were looking to stitch the big partnership, but unfortunately Yasir lost his wicket in the process. Holds it slightly shorter. Once again, quick single taken and a decent throw right next to the stumps. Just could have made things interesting, or a direct hit might have been more effective, but the batter was well in by the time the ball hit the got to the wicket keeper. Chops it slightly shorter, and lucky to get away with that, because Tayyab was looking to pull it as powerfully as he could. Unfortunately, not middling it, just getting a single towards deep square. Looking for some big overs now, Shaheen Shinwari, just to bring the scoring rate back on track. Holds it slightly shorter, pulled away nicely, but there is protection out there in the deep. Two fielders very close to each other at square leg and mid wicket. And Didar Azim will just get another single. Singles are not going to hurt the fielding side, because they know as long as they can stop the flow of runs with the lack of boundaries, they've got the upper hand of this game. Goes straight to the fielder at fine leg. A good decent start this from Farid Agha. Just 5 singles in his opening over. 8 overs done. Shaheen Shinwari are 55 for 3. Fazal to continue in his second over. Nicely swept. Paddling it fine of the fielder at fine leg. This will run away for 4. Just drifting on the pads on that occasion, Fazal, and Didar Azim had already made up his mind that he's going to go for that sweep shot. Might have not intended to hit it as fine as he did, but in the end had enough bat behind it that it just raced away past that fielder at fine leg. Good sensible batting, getting a boundary of the first ball, just dabbing it towards short third to get a single. Doesn't really look like a 200 pitch here today at Gulbarg Gymkhana, so anything between 160 170 will always be a very fighting total on this track. depending if they can get a 10 and over in the last 10. He's got 3 boundaries up till now. The Darazim has scored 20 of 18 deliveries, so once again not middling it. Slightly quicker through the air from Fazal, and it wasn't that far outside the awesome, so it was a risky stroke in the end. Too close to cut. Goes for the slog sweep and just gets it over mid-wicket. Hatfield over positioned perfectly for that stroke from Didar Azim. He saw the length early, just clearing his front leg, sitting down on one knee and comfortably hitting it over deep mid-wicket. For a moment he thought that he might be able to jump in the air to take that catch, but it just kept going over him. Exactly the sort of over Shaheen Shinwari were looking for. 12 of it already with the ball still to go. Goes on for another one. This time he missed the line of the ball and the middle stump has been uprooted. Once again a batter hitting the first ball for a 6, going for another one, and Fazal doing the damage. PAREKH Kings haven't really allowed Shaheen Shinwari to get some big partnerships here today, as once again the batter, who was looking to get a big score, loses his wicket. Didar Azim walks back after scoring 26. Shaheen Shinwari are 67 for 4.
फरीद भाई यहाँ से डंडे दिखते हैं, शाबाश बहुत शाबाश भाई, उधर हो। चल जाता फरीद भाई, जाता, शाबाश बहुत शाबाश शाबाश। शाबाश भाई, शाबाश भाई, शाबाश।
Picking up regular wickets tonight in the very first match of the Shaikhani Super League. PAREKH Kings. Shaheen Shinwari still on the back foot. 4 wickets gone down very early. Farid Agha into his second over now. Goes for the pull shot, gets it in the gap, gets a boundary, does tie up. In fact, it was Taimur who struck that one for a 4. Farid Agha just dropping it slightly short, hoping that the ball will go straight to the fielder at square leg or deep mid wicket, but Taimur just made sure that he hit it right in the center of the two and timed it well enough to get himself his first boundary. Farid Agha hasn't really turned a ball the great deal, but he's usually very good with his line and length. Lighting it up, driven. Long off will once again be in action. Single for Taimur. Both these batters are relatively newer at the crease because Tayyab has just faced 7 deliveries, whereas his partner, who has just arrived, has played a couple.
निकलते हुए आ रहा है, शाबाश.
Both these batters will have to do that rebuilding job all over again. Tries to go for the big shot and he gets it over long on. That's a big hit.
चेक करेंगे, शाबाश. यहीं से आते हैं.
Not a lot of sixes have been hit so far in this innings, just the 3. But this one clearly being the longest of the lot. It was pitched up once again, playing it with the turn. Long on was in place, but that ball just kept going over his head.
शाबाश, यहीं से बीट होता है, शाबाश.
Flighting it up, this time goes over square leg, and the result will be the same. Farid Agha just inviting the batter to go with that big shot by bowling it much slower through the air, and Tayyab was waiting for that.
शाबाश, शाबाश, कोई गलती नहीं है.
1 over long on, 1 over square leg. And all of a sudden, with these two big blows, he has brought the scoring rate back on track. Now over 8 and over, that run rate of Shaheen Shinwari. That was way too short. And he's very lucky to get away with that. But Tayyab, meanwhile, will keep the strike at the start of next over. An expensive one comes to an end from Farid Agha. 10 overs done and dusted, and after the halfway stage, Shaheen Shinwari are 86 for 4. Into his third over now, Fazal has picked up a couple of wickets. Just cannot afford to lose a wicket on a run out here right now, Shaheen Shinwari. The previous over was a good one, where they got a couple of sixes and a boundary. Just need to build from here on to get to a decent total. Hitting the pads, appealing for something, the bowler, but might have been angling down the leg side, and the batter was alert enough to get a leg by. Or is it off the bat? No signal from Azizur Rahman, so there was definitely some bat involved. Tell you what, it was a risky stroke, but it was in the gap. For a moment, we thought it was much fuller in length to be sweeping on the leg side, but he just managed to get enough bat behind it and hitting it behind square on the leg side that there was no chance for square leg to cut that one off. He has just arrived at the crease, Taimur, and the first 3 deliveries, he has already struck a couple of boundaries. One of the pull shot in the previous over, and now a sweep behind square on the leg side. Hits it really hard, but will just be a single towards long on. Need one big innings right now, Shaheen Shinwari. One of these two batters, if they can stay till the end of the innings, they can still go beyond 170 or 180, depending how well they bat in the last 5 overs. Farid Agha has been very alert at extra cover inside the inner ring. He has already taken a spectacular catch to get rid of Yasir Akhtar. And he's not in a mood of giving away easy singles to these batters. This time he's appealing for something, but once again the ball just bouncing a little more. Couple of dots to end the over. 11 done. Shaheen Shinwari a 92 for 4.
शाबाश शाबाश मोहित थोड़ा सा मोहित थोड़ा सा इधर हो बस बस
Changing the bowling attack for Idaga was proving to be a touch expensive, so he has now been replaced by another leggy, Satar. Run rate, which was hovering around 6.5, 7 and over, is now more than 8. And if this scoring rate continues till the end of the innings, 170 can be achieved depending on how many wickets they keep in hands till the end. And that's a quicker one, gets it over fine leg. As if he was expecting the leg spinner to bowl a faster one, which he did. And he was targeting the leg stump maybe. Taimur just helping the ball on its way, comfortably clearing the fielder at fine leg. It was a quicker one and he made full use of that pace behind it. Flurry of boundaries for Shaheen Shinwari in the last couple of overs. .30 runs added by these two for the 5th wicket. Lost the 4th wicket when the score was 67, and after that we have seen a couple of boundaries from Taimur. Tayyab has also looked ultra aggressive in this partnership. Towards deep extra cover, running the first one hard. He wants to come back for the second, but his partner might have slipped at the striker's end. The strike is now back with Taimur. 11 of 5 deliveries for the right-hander so far. Lighting it up, just getting it past the wicket keeper. Looking at the reaction from the keeper, there might have been some bat involved. Once again, the ball just keeping slightly low. He was on the back foot and was lucky enough to get it away towards deep extra cover. A single it is to end the over. 7 runs coming from that over from Abdul Sattar. 12 done. Shaheen Shinwari are 99 for 4. Bowling his 4th over on the trot now, Fazal. Starts off with a short delivery, nicely put away. Just guiding it behind square on the offside, and it's all timing that did the rest for the right-hander Taimur. He gets another boundary. 100 also comes up for Shaheen Shinwari into the 13th over. And now they're looking much more confident, the batting team. 36 is the partnership between Taimur and Tayyab. This time he goes for the sweep. Doesn't time it as well as he would have wanted. Will still get some runs. Leg bye is given by the on-field umpire, but they all count. Runs have started to come as soon as Taimur has walked in. Running the first one hard. I think its partner Taimur wants to come back for the second, but fielder realized that they will be looking to come back for the second, so straight away charged towards the ball and did the right thing by throwing at the striker's end. Once again cutting it past backward point, but this time there is protection out there. The deep cover point fielder gets to that one, and another single for Taimur. Has been a little too quick with his pace in this over, especially Fazal. Hasn't really flighted the ball a great deal, has just looked to dart the ball in. As a result of which, both these batters have been able to score runs freely in this over. 2 for 33 is still a very decent spell from the spinner. Gets his man once again, does Fazal. And once again, when the partnership was looking to build and look threatening for the fielding side, it's Fazal, that man, who gets another wicket. A straighter one coming back in, hitting the leg stump, and a bit of a send-off given to the batter. Taimur, who was looking very aggressive out there in the middle, walks back after scoring 17, and Shaheen Shinwari have now lost their half the side. They are 107 for 5 after 13 overs.
आना यार पीछे सरदार और अंदर आ यहीं से इधर ही आ देख ले जगह देख ले यहाँ पे बाहर जो शेप नहीं आना ये वाइट वाइट पे बस 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 अवेश थोड़ा सा अंदर अवेश सही है बाहर ले ले
So 3 for 33 for Fazal tonight. Abdul Sattar starting with a no ball because that ball pitched outside the playing turf. So Tayyab will get a free hit. Will be the first of the innings. Too short, asking to be hit, and he gets the treatment. That was a free hit. Should have attempted another delivery on that occasion, but it was way too short. It was turning into the left-hander. Was a hit-me delivery for the left-hander, and he obliged. Hit it miles in the air and way over, long on. It was an absolute gift presented by the leg spinner, and Tayyab accepted that with both hands. That six was so big that it went outside the stadium, so the umpire have asked for another ball. Just having a look at the condition and ensuring that it's in the same shape as the ball that just got lost. Once again, slightly shorter. This time the ball just staying a little low. There has been a variable bounce on this track, that's for sure. The batting has not been that easy on this pitch. Some deliveries have bounced a little more. Majority of them have stayed low, so won't be that easy to bat in the second innings, especially if the batting side can manage to go past 160. It will be considered as a very decent total in the end. Facing his first delivery, Ubaidur Rahman gets a single towards short third. Tayyab now the highest run getter of this innings, 32 of 22 deliveries. But his role will be to stay out there in the middle till the end. They still have got 6.5 overs remaining. Shaheen Shinwari. Nicely fielded, very well fielded indeed. Unfortunately, just couldn't control himself, just couldn't be balanced by the time he was gathering the ball. Otherwise, if he had thrown at the non-strikers, then could have been a run-out opportunity created by PAREKH Kings. Tries to go for a big one. Will he get it over the fielder? He does. Deep cover fielder comes around to stop that one. The ball was swirling away from him, but in the end, Ubaidur Rahman picks up another single. He has looked good, Tayyab. By far, he has been the best batter of Shaheen Shinwari in this innings at least. Good over for the batting side comes to an end. 14 overs completed. Shaheen Shinwari at 119 for 5.
माइक वर्किंग माइक वर्किंग नैनो जवान माइक लेके वहां चले जा तो
So 6 overs remain. Time to bring the pace back on. Mohib into his third over. Starts off with a fuller delivery outside the off stump, and out of all the other 10 fielders, only he was appealing for a caught behind, but no reaction there from the wicketkeeper, which suggests that the ball was miles away from the bat. But he has been brought in to pick up another wicket. Got 2 wickets early on with the new ball. Change of ends for the fast bowler. He has been excellent with his line and length, has shown good control with the new ball, and will be hoping that he can nail those Yorkers now towards the end of the innings. PAREKH Kings will be hoping they are just a wicket away from getting in the tail of Shaheen Shinwari, and Tayyab will be the man they will be looking to get out as early as possible. Farid Agha was just having a word with the bowler. Now standing at extra cover to the right-hander as well. Nicely struck. Very well stopped by Farid. Ubaidur Rahman is still very new at the crease. Hits it hard, thrashes it past point. This will race away for the boundary. Although there has been a variable bounce on this pitch, but if you're going to be bowling it on that length and that wide outside the off stump, you're asking for trouble. Ubaidur Rahman just waiting for the ball, delaying his shot and thrashing it past the fielder at point. Now gets it past extra cover. The long off is very square. We'll cut that one off. Just one ball remains in the 15th over now for Shaheen Shinwari. It's a pretty decent recovery considering the fact that they were at one stage 67 for 4. Picks it up. Does it have enough legs? It does. It goes over square leg and goes towards the dugout of his team. A 6 it is to end the over from the left-hander Tayyab, who also gets into the 40s with that big hit. Just a mere flick of the wrist. And it's the breeze that has taken the ball over the boundary ropes on the leg side. 15 overs done. Shaheen Shinwari are back on track. They are 131 for 5. Five crucial over remains now for Shaheen Shinwari and PAREKH Kings. Again, a change in the bowling attack. Starts off with a short delivery, but Ubaid just delaying his stroke and hitting it straight to the fine leg fielder. 10 and over from here on will take them past 180. And they will be very much satisfied with that total. Now he gets it fine. Not a lot of timing behind it. Fielder is pretty quick. Gets to the ball. Stops it before the boundary ropes. 2 runs taken by Ubaidur Rahman. Tayyab into the 40s, and his strike rate has improved significantly in the last couple of overs. At one stage he was 20 of 18 deliveries, but then because of few boundaries and a 6 he has reached 41. Will be eyeing that 50-run mark first. Drops it short, gets it over the point. Poor delivery this from Shoaib. He's bowling with a shorter run-up, dropping in that short and that wide, and he's asking for trouble against Ubaidur Rahman. He has come out to get as many boundaries and as quick runs as possible, Ubaid, and if you're going to gift him deliveries like that, he will look to get pounds on it. So again, staying to the leg side, another wide. Just losing the momentum towards the last few overs now, PAREKH Kings. Another wide down the leg side. He's struggling right now, Shoaib. It's his first over. Just cannot afford to do many mistakes right now because the opposition is in a very strong position. Tayyab now gets the strike back. He's batted very sensibly. Tayyab, he was a little slow at the start of this innings, but his strike rate has now improved into the mid-hundreds. Coming around the wicket to the left-hander. Just another dab, goes to the sealer in gully. No run taken. Dot delivery to end the over. 9 runs in that over from Shoaib. 16 overs completed. SHAHEEN SHINWARI are 140 for 5. Umair has an over remaining in his spell. Bowled well with the new ball. Wasn't lucky enough to get a wicket early on, but He kept the scoring rate in check. Didn't allow Shaheen Shinwari to get up to a flying start in the first 6 overs. Now Tayyab and Ubaidur Rahman both looking to score as many runs as possible. 180 is still on from here on. Balls at Fuller, drives that one towards long off, will just be a run. He's doing the right thing by bowling as full as possible, not giving the length, not bowling it short, just trying to nail in those Yorkers so that the maximum the batter can score is a single or 2 at max. Once again, pulls a very good Yorker. It's very difficult to get those deliveries out of the way, and if you're bowling at pace and the line and length has been so good, it's even hard to manufacture a different stroke. We haven't really seen any improvisation by any of these 2 batters, a scoop or maybe a late cut towards third man. And that is because the line has been around about that off-stump channel. Hits it hard, but just another single towards long on. So far so good from Umair. Just 5 singles in this over. It's his last over, Umair. He goes for the scoop now. Just when we were talking about we haven't seen any improvisation from these 2 batters, Tayyab just sat down on one knee. It was a pretty decent delivery, but he was still able to scoop it over fine leg, using all the pace on offer from Umair and ensuring that his spell ends with a boundary. 17 overs done. Shaheen Shinwari are 149 for 5. Just 3 over remains and Shoaib is about to start his second. Where the Rahman was just looking to pick that one on the leg side, not getting the middle of his blade. Will just get a run towards fine leg. But that single 150 comes up for Shaheen Shinwari. A very, very good comeback this from the batting team, from being 67 for 4 and to add 83 more runs for the loss of just 1 wicket after that. He gets a thickish outside edge. This will run away for 4. It was a low full toss. He was looking to drive that on the offside. He found the outside edge. Third man was inside the 30-yard circle, and Tayyab got a boundary towards third man. 50 of just 32 deliveries for the left-hander. 4 sixes and 3 boundaries in this innings. But he knows that he needs to stay out there till the end and score as many runs as possible from here on. And if he can stay till the end, who never know, 190 will be possible. Now he goes big and he gets it over long on. This is turning out to be a magnificent innings from Tayyab. Since now he has gone past his personal milestone, so he'll be looking to take the cleaners. I mean, he'll look to go big on almost every delivery now, and he knew it straight away. I mean, as soon as it struck it, he did not even bother to see where the ball is going to land, because that was always going to go over the fielder at long gone. He scoops it, gets it over fine leg behind square, one bounce into the fence. He's just toying with the bowling attack now, as if he's seeing the ball like a football out there. Tayyab, not a lot of pace on that delivery, but he knew that the square leg fielder was square, fine leg was up, and he deliberately hit that over Farid Agha's head. The length was fine, but the line was just a little too wide outside the off stump from the bowler Shoaib. He goes for another big shot, gets it in the gap between extra cover and long off. If they run well, they can come back for the second run, and they do it. Just turning out to be a brilliant over for the batting team. 167 with still 13 legal deliveries to go. Hits it hard, hits it in the gap, but the long off fielder just misfields it, but it will still be a single. Brilliant over for the batting team comes to an end after 18. They are 168 for 5. Into his last over. Mohib starts off with a wide outside the off stump. By far he has been the pick of the bowlers, along with Fayaz, who got 3 wickets. He was the one who struck early on with the new ball, got a couple of wickets of both these openers in the first 6 overs. And what a recovery it has been for Shaheen Shinwari, which has been led by Tayyab with his brilliant knock. He goes for another big shot. Will it carry to the long on fielder? He completely misjudges that, and in the end didn't even stop it from going to the boundary. Can't really blame the bowler, because he pitches that one up in hoping that it will carry to the fielder at long on, but just ran all around it. Another boundary for the left-hander Tayyab. At one stage, even 160, 170 was looking difficult, but now they can go past 200 as well if they can keep on batting like that. Bowls it slightly short, and now once again, I don't think it will carry too long on. We'll just get a run. He's definitely quick, Mohib, and that's why the batter is finding it difficult to get underneath the ball. Umbaidur Rahman has been off strike for the last couple of overs. I'm pretty sure if the ball is in his arc, he's going to look to go for a big shot as well. Bowls it slower, pulls it, gets it flat, bats it, gets it over long on. Brilliant shot, this for the right-hander. Was a lead delivery from Mohib. Flat bats it, plays a horizontal backstroke. Just a short arm jab, and it just kept going away from the long on fielder. 12 of this over from Mohib. By far, it has been his most expensive of his spell. Hits it over extra cover. Now this is an extraordinary stroke. One bounce and into the fence. Almost a similar delivery which he pulled previously for 6 over long on. This time just creating a bit of room for himself by moving away from the leg stump and thrashing it over extra cover. What a wonderful partnership this is turning out to be now. He's decided to change his angle, will be coming around the wicket. Was looking to go for another big shot, just getting the toe end of the bat, will still get a single towards deep mid wicket. But Rahman has provided a very important support in this partnership to Tayyab. He was losing partners at the other end, but Ubaid Rahman has been someone who has provided the stability in this innings. Run rate now exactly 10 and over for the batting team. Play and a miss. Rare dot delivery in this innings. He's done with his spell. Mohib 2 for 42 tonight in his spell of 4 overs. 19 overs done. Shaheen Shinwari 185 for 5. So Oais has been given the ball to bowl the last over of the innings. Starts off with the low full toss. Will just get a single towards long on. Ubaid Rahman giving the strike back to the left hand at Tayyab. Score now moves on to 186 for 5. 200 is still a possibility for the batting team. Bowls it short, pulls it away. Will it carry to the fielder at square leg? It did, but he puts it down. And if they had run well, they could have easily come back for the second as well, but it's just a single for the left-hander Tayyab. In fact, they did come back for the second run. Ubaid Rahman is on strike. That confirms that they just run a single on that shot. Now he goes over extra cover. Will that go all the way for 6? I just get the feeling it bounced once. In fact, it went over the boundary ropes. In the last couple of overs, he has played 2 extraordinary strokes on the offside. Previous one went for a 4, but this time the ball just going over the boundary ropes. 193 the score now moves on to. Goes for the big shot, doesn't connect. It's up in the air, fielder underneath it. And he takes a. Oh, in fact, he puts it down. Well, that's what pressure does to you. Ubaid Rahman lost completely. I mean, he completely lost the grip of the bat. His left hand came off the handle, and the fielder at long on made that mistake, which allowed one more run added to the total. So, can they go past 200? For that, they will need at least one boundary in the last two balls. Slower delivery, missing it altogether. Tayyab. No matter what the result is of the last ball of the innings, but this has been a brilliant show with the bat from the men in black. Doesn't time it too well. Will just get a single towards deep square leg. A brilliant recovery this from Shaheen Shinwari. They finished their 20 overs on 195 for the loss of 5 wickets, largely because of that brilliant knock from Tayyab. 71 of 42 deliveries, and his partner at the other end, Ubaid Rahman, scoring 37 of 20 balls. From being 67 for 4 to finishing up at 195 for 5. They've got the runs they were after. The openers went early. Not a lot of runs from Danish or Sohail. Didar Azim scored 26 of 21. Yasir Akhtar looked good for a little time, scored 17. But it was all about Tayyab and his brilliance, along with Ubaid Rahman and his aggression towards the end. A lot of bowling options used by PAREKH King tonight. Mohib was simply special with the new ball, picked up a couple of wickets. Fazal was also regularly picking up 3 wickets. But apart from that, no other bowler could really break the partnership towards the end or dismiss Tayyab or Ubaid Rahman. So 196 is the target for PAREKH Kings to win this first match of Shaikhani Super League Season 4 in their allotted 20 overs. Welcome back from Gulbarg Gymkhana. This is the first match of Sheikhani Super League Season 4 presented by Dongjin and powered by Trip Planners Travel and Tours. PAREKH Kings taking on Shaheen Shinwari in this first match here tonight. Shaheen Shinwari winning the toss, batting first, scoring 195 in their allotted 20 overs for the loss of 5 wickets. It was a brilliant batting performance we saw from Umaid Rahman and especially Tayyab, who reached past his half century, scored 71 of 40 odd deliveries. 196 is the target for PAREKH King, and they will be slightly disappointed that they allow the opposition to score that many runs towards the end of the innings. From being 67 for 4 to ending up scoring 195 is something that the bowling side will be disappointed with. Atta and Hamza have come out to open the innings for PAREKH Kings, whereas Mursaleen, the left arm seamer, has taken the new ball. Goes over extra cover. That's an extraordinary stroke. One bounce into the fence. Brilliant way to get off the mark. Not a lot of pace on offer from Mursaleen. It was pitched up just a little outside the off stump, hitting through the line and getting it over extra cover. 4 to get off the mark for Atta, and the first scoring shot from PAREKH Kings. Now he goes over mid-off, and that is comfortably going to sail over the boundary ropes. A 4 and a 6. It's a brilliant use of the wrist there from Atta. Mursaleen once again pitching it up. Caught it from the middle of the blade. Look at the height and the distance behind that stroke. The way he has played these two shots, it shows that there is absolutely nothing wrong with this pitch. It's coming onto the bat very nicely indeed. Oh, this time he comes back well. Right into that block. He's got a slingy action there, Mursaleen, so can be slightly deceptive when he's looking to bowl that fuller length delivery. Atta is very tall, so Mursaleen will be hoping that he can get a ball underneath his bat. Slower delivery, picks it up. There is a fielder who is trying to get underneath that. Mid wicket, takes a really good diving catch. It was another slower delivery from Mursaleen. Atta this time picking it up, not knowing, not realizing that there were a fielder out there at deep mid wicket. That ball stayed in the air for a lot of time, and it took a lot of time to come back, come down, and by that time the fielder had positioned himself perfectly and taking the catch in the end. So a boundary, a 6 and a wicket in the very first over. Atta Jan walks back after scoring 10. PAREKH Kings are 10 for 1. Waste coming in at number 3, replacing Atajan. Getting an inside edge first up. Fine leg is after it, but this will run away for 4. So very good first over comes to an end as far as the runs are concerned, because they managed to score 14, but they lost the big wicket of Atajan in it. First over done and dusted in pursuit of 196. PAREKH Kings are 14 for 1. Umar Khayyam will share the new ball along with Mursaleen, and he gets a wicket first up. Shaheen Shinwari lost a couple of wickets very early in their innings, and they're doing the exact same thing to their opposition as well. A first ball duck for Hamza tonight, as Umar Khayyam picks up a wicket of his very first delivery of his spell. Slightly Fuller coming back in, missing the line of the ball, and look at the damage he has done to the leg stump. 2 wickets gone down very early. Both the openers back in the dugout. PAREKH Kings are 14 for 2.
हाँ उसी तरह रहा है आ जाए फील्ड पे
Talha walks in at number 4 for PAREKH Kings. Umar Khayyam, brilliant start with the ball wicket in the very first ball of his spell. We saw that from Muhib as well in the first innings. Well, we have seen that in the first innings as well, that even if you lose 2 wickets very early or 4 wickets under 75, you can still go past 180, 190, depending on how sensibly you bat. And We just need one batter to play a special knock, just like the way Tayyab did for Shaheen Shinwari. Off the back foot, still couldn't get it past cover. They'll be needing a big knock from one of these batters, PAREKH King. It's not that difficult of a pitch to bat on. The odd balls does keep a little low, but overall it's a good batting wicket. Flicks it towards fine leg, a shy at the stumps, but single taken to get off the mark. He was lucky to get an inside edge of the last ball of the previous over, Uwais, when he got a boundary past the fielder at short fine. Nicely timed, but it goes straight towards extra cover. This time he goes big, goes over mid-on. Fielder at mid-on just watched the ball go over his head and ending up past the boundary rope. So a wicket of the first ball, but a boundary to win the over. 2 overs completed. PAREKH Kings are 19 for 2. Tala on strike. Mursaleen with the ball in his hands. Gave away 14 runs, but got the wicket of Hatajan in his opening over. Bit of a misfield by the fielder at extra cover. Now Talha wanted to come back for the second, but his partner wasn't interested at all, and I think it was the right call in the end. Almost a similar start to what we saw in the first innings from Shaheen Shinwari when they were rocked early. Even their couple of wickets went down very early in the power play, but they recovered well, especially towards the end of the innings. They were able to score more than 100 runs in the last 10 overs without losing many wickets, as a result of which they will be feeling much more confident in this game right now. Gets his man with a slower delivery. Unusual way of getting out from Uwais. Mursaleen once again dropping it slightly shorter. He was drawn on the front foot, waited for the ball to come closer to his bat, but then gets an inside edge and the ball hitting the top of off. Mursaleen is putting up a show here with the left arm seamer. PAREKH Kings, well, they need 196, but they have been rocked very early and they have been hit hard by these bowlers. They are 20 for 3. Saad Faisal walks in at number 5. Strongly built right-hander. Wasn't expecting to bat that early in this innings, but since the side has lost 3 wickets already, and that's another good delivery. Mursaleen is trying to keep the ball as full as possible so that he can get some movement in the air. He has not been able to get that, but still his line of attack has been very effective. Playing it with a straighter bat, going for a quick single. Saad Faisal running between the wickets in both the innings have been of highest order. We saw that in the first innings too, when SHAHEEN SHINWARI, although they kept on losing wickets, but they still made sure that they never really missed an opportunity of picking up a single. And similar story has been the case here for PAREKH Kings. They have lost wickets early as well, but they haven't really forgotten the significance of running between the wickets. Slightly slower, nicely driven, but goes straight to the fielder at cover. Comes down the wicket and it almost cleans him up. It was a slower delivery, once again staying a little too low, and tell you what, it wasn't far away from the off stump. Brilliant over from Mursaleen comes to an end. Couple of singles and a wicket in it. 3 overs completed. PAREKH Kings are 21 for 3. Umar Khayyam into his second over. Once again going for a quick single, and Saad Faisal will just camper his way at the non-striker's end. New ball bowlers have been effective in both the innings. We saw Mohe picking up a couple of wickets. Both these new ball bowlers have now picked up a wicket at least. Mursaleen getting a couple, Umar Khayyam getting one. Will they be able to make use of the batting power play? Balls it short, gets it over mid-on. It's a poor delivery, and it will eventually go past the boundary ropes for a boundary. Umar Khayyam, well, the fuller he's going to bowl, the better it is for PAREKH Kings, because at his pace, if he's going to drop it that short, it will be easy pickings. Once again drops it short. This time he gets it over mid-wicket. 3-4 bounces into the fence. Similar delivery, similar result for Umar Khayyam. Now this is something about this venue. No matter how many wickets you lose early on in the innings, if the ball is there to be hit, the batters usually go for it and they end up getting those runs for themselves. Even that delivery didn't bounce a great deal, but since it was too short and there was not much pace on offer from Umar Khayyam, that gave enough time for Talha to just get himself into that position where he could easily pull it over the infield on the leg side. Now the fielder has been sent back. In fact, both fielders standing at the edge of the ring on the leg side, a square leg and mid wicket. That stayed low. That just didn't bounce at all. Might have rolled his fingers over it, Umar Khayyam. On the up, in the gap. Now this is an extraordinary, so by far this is the best of the 3 boundaries that he has got in this over, because this was not a bad delivery from Umar Khayyam. Yes, it was a little wide outside the off stump, but the length was absolutely perfect. Talha just making a step or two forwards, driving it on the up and getting it past extra cover mid-off. Playing it with a straighter bat was the key thing behind that stroke, and it's the outfield that did the rest. A big over this for PAREKH Kings, exactly the sort of over they were after. 13 off it with the ball still left. Drops a shot, pulls it. Luckily it will carry non-carry to the fielder at mid-on, shy at the stumps, but the fielder just couldn't hit the stumps in the end. 14 runs coming in that over from Umar Khayyam. 4 overs completed. PAREKH Kings are 35 for 3. Keep on bowling at the new ball. Mursaleen now into his 3rd over. By far the pick of the bowlers for SHINWARI. Once again, not being able to time the ball well, just getting on top of the bat, but square leg coming around, making sure that it's not more than a single for Talha. Last over was a very productive one for PAREKH Kings, where they managed to get 14. 3 boundaries we saw, all coming from the bat of the right-hander Talha. Now Saad Faisal is on strike. Just a forward defensive push, another quick single. Doesn't look in a mood of playing those big shots right now. Saad Faisal, we all know what he can do when he's on song, but just giving the strike back to Talha gives you a message that it's Talha who wants to be the aggressor in this partnership. Hits it really hard. Does he get it past mid-off? He doesn't. Not a clean stop, but he still saved 3 runs for his team. Danish Afridi. That's the way he has played up till now. Saad Faisal has just looked to defend everything on the front foot, playing it with soft hands and making sure that he doesn't miss an opportunity of picking up a single. Four singles in this over from Mursaleen. We haven't seen a slower delivery so far from him. Another quicker delivery, but the length was brilliant. Sometimes when you bowl that fuller, it's very difficult to get underneath the ball, and it's the bowler who always has the last laugh. Pretty sure if he gets a wicket here right now in the last ball of this over, he'll be given one more over with the new ball, Mursaleen, as he's more effective with the ball hard and new. That's a slower delivery. It's gone up in the air, but it's going to go over the infield on the offside, and this will travel past the boundary ropes. It was turning out to be a brilliant over from Mursaleen up till now. 4 singles, a dot, and the end delivery, the last delivery of the over, went for a boundary. Slower delivery, but this time the batter getting the most of it. Not completely out of the middle of his blade, but just enough over the infield and going past the boundary ropes. 8 runs in that, 5 done. PAREKH Kings are 43 for 3.
Ah! Bas! Bhai! मार दे बॉल ने मेरे सीधे बलेगी हाँ सही रे फरहान सही रे हट में रहो
Left arm orthodox Hafiz, the new bowler in.
हट में रहो थोड़े से स्टार्ट में रहो
Coming to bowl the last over of the power play. The 2 right-handers at the crease. Down the leg side will be a wide. Haven't really seen a big shot being attempted by Saad Faisal. Will he look to go for the big one? He does go for a big shot, but doesn't really get it up the middle of the blade. In fact, the ball hitting the pads. There was a huge appeal there from the keeper and the bowler. But it was maybe going down the leg side or some bat and wall. Whatever the case was, the umpire just did not bother getting convinced with that appeal. Just moving the field on the offside, slightly square. Long on comes back in as mid on. Mid off goes back to long off. Still a field end first slip, who's standing pretty back for my liking, behind the wicket keeper. Another quick single from the bat of Saad Faisal. Good over this from Hafiz, knowing the fact that it's the last over of the batting power play and the batter should have gone after him. He has just given away a couple of runs in the first 4 deliveries. Just getting the ball to grip a little on the surface. The outfield is still pretty wet. It's difficult for the spinners to grip the ball, and especially with the new ball because of the dew during this time of the year. Bowls a quicker one, gets it in the gap. Excellent timing and placement. A partial stop might not go all the way for four. It just goes past, in fact. It's a boundary to end the over from Tala. 6 overs done and dusted. It's 49 for 3. Double bowling change. Ubaid Rahman comes to bowl after the power play. Driven beautifully on the outside from South Faisal. That's the first big shot attempted by the big right-hander. And it goes all the way for 4. 50 also comes up for PAREKH Kings with that boundary on the offside. Was pitched up outside the off stump. Nicely driven past extra cover and long off. Now he drops it short again, but well, it went straight to the field at extra cover, but a bit of a misfield will allow Saad to pick up another easy run. Now Shaheen Shinwari need to realize that they recovered from a position where they were at 67 for 4, so the opposition can also get a pick partnership and get closer to the target, so they'll have to make sure they keep on picking up wickets. There is an opportunity. It goes up in the air. Will it carry? No, it doesn't. Just lands between those two on the onside, and Talha picks up a single. Cutting that one on the back foot. This is brilliant timing and placement. Ubaid Rahman just giving enough room and enough length to work with for Saad. He stays on the back foot and thrashes that one past point. He's playing the waiting games till the start of this over, but as soon as the off spinner has come in, he has thrashed him away for a couple of boundaries. Once again, flighting it up, inviting the batter to go for that drive. He did. Once again, a bit of a misfield from the fielder at point. I think it was Yasir Akhtar standing there at point. The ball just curving away from him. As a result of it, Saad was given another easy single. 11 runs of the over so far with the ball left. Bowls a quicker one, gets it over extra cover. Justala. This will once again run away for 4. What a brilliant over this has turned out to be for PAREKH Kings. 3 boundaries, 3 singles of it. 15 of the over, 7 overs done. It's 64 for 3. Another change in the bowling attack. So the left-arm spinner Hafiz was just brought in for 1 over, and now he has been replaced by another offie Aleem. And you can see the disappointment on the face of Ubaid Rahman when he threw the ball back to the bowling end from long gone. Gave away so many runs in the previous over. Middling almost everything now, Talha. He'll be looking to play a similar knock which we saw from Tayyab in the first innings. The run rate is on point, going at almost 7 and over. PAREKH Kings. Swept away nicely. Square leg will be in action. Well, they had enough time to come back for the second one, but they once again decided not to. Bowls it quicker through the air, but a comfortable single for Saad at long on. He wasn't really charging against the fast bowlers. Saad was happy in picking up singles, finding those gaps. And you could see him looking for those big shots, especially against the off spinners. It's usually easy for the right-handers with the ball coming into their pads. Powerfully struck, but he'll go straight to the field at deep cover. Need a couple of overs where they can get at least 10 to 12 runs and over. PAREKH Kings. On the other hand, SHAHEEN Shinwari have looked slightly on the back foot after picking up 3 early wickets. They were 21 for 3, remember? Now they are looking to get those runs very easy. Once again, a single denied by that fielder very close to the bat. 4 runs in that first over from Aleen. 8 done. It's 68 for 3.
फिल्डर तकड़ा का दन्न लगी कट के लग दन्न का
Change of ends for Hafiz, replacing Ubaid Rahman, who was very expensive in his first. Well, the resistance of Saad Faisal comes to an end. He didn't really attempt a lot of big strokes early on in his innings, but he was finding himself confident when he got those couple of boundaries against Ubaid. This time against a turning ball against the left-arm orthodox, looking to go over extra cover, but only managing to sky that one up in the air, and a good catch taken running backwards by the fielder. So once again, a wicket goes down right at the moment where they were looking to build a partnership. Saad Faisal walks back. PAREKH Kings are 71 for 4. The experienced Farid Agha walks in at number 6, replacing Saad Faisal. Hafiz bowled pretty well up till now, got a wicket as well of Saad. Very good all-rounder Farid Agha. Wasn't his day with the ball earlier today, but he has got a chance to redeem himself by playing a knock that might take them over the line in this first match of Shaikhani Super League Season 4. It's again a swing and a miss. Brilliant over from Hafiz comes to an end. 4 runs, a wicket and a dot delivery to end. 9 done. PAREKH Kings are 72 for 4.
हाय 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 क्या बात है अली भाई ठुकर ओले हो गया यासिर शाबाश.
Into his second over, Aleem, and a quick running between the wickets allowed Farid to come back for the second run. Almost a similar story to what we saw in the first innings. 67 for 4. SHAHEEN Shinwari, whereas PAREKH Kings are 74 for 4 into the 10th over. SHAHEEN Shinwari were able to score more than 110 in the last 10 overs. And seems like PAREKH Kings will have to do the same if they want to go over the line. Not going to be easy for sure. Oh, he goes for the scoop. There's no one at fine leg. This will run away for 4. No chance for the fielder at short third to get near to it. It was a premeditated stroke, this from Farid Agha. He had already made up his mind that we'll go and play that scoop, since he knew there was no one at fine leg. Got himself into a very good position and had enough timing behind that stroke. Straight away, I guess there will be a fielder now at fine leg, or maybe a quicker fielder at short third. He goes for it again. This time gets it even finer. The result will be the same. Almost a carbon copy of what he did a couple of deliveries ago. Sorry, Daga. It's really surprising to see that there is no one standing at fine legs, especially for the off spinner who generally brings the ball back in. Now, as we speak, there is a fielder position there for specifically that stroke. Once again, nicely played on the leg side. He's running the first one hard, wants to come back for the second. He looks very agile, very fit and very quick between the wickets for Idaga. Twice in this over, he has just placed the ball in the gap on the leg side and has ran two, along with a couple of boundaries that he has hit over fine leg. He's making sure that by the end of the 10 overs, they will be needing 10 and over in the last 10. Playing it with a straight up bat, nicely stopped in his follow through by Aleem. But once again, that came from the middle of his blade. You could just tell from the sound of the bat that it was timed brilliantly by the right-hander.
Good ball, good ball, good
Solid in defense. Good comeback from Aleem. Couple of dots to end the over as 10 overs are done and dusted. PAREKH Kings are 84 for 4. Into his third over now, Hafiz. We saw a wonderful partnership for the 6th wicket between Ubaidur Rahman and Tayyab in the first innings. Both these batters looking to do the same thing for PAREKH Kings. Tala batting really well. Daga has also got a brilliant start. A bit of a fumble will allow them to come for another easy single. The required run rate now touching 11 and over. But you can expect that to be chased down since we have seen a lot of big totals being chased down on this pitch, at this ground. Faridaga is just looking to give respect to some good deliveries, whereas he's someone who can manufacture a stroke out of nothing as well. Once again, it goes straight to the field as short third and a bit of confusion between the two. Luckily, both were aware of the fact that the fielder has already gathered the ball and they didn't really continue to run for that single. Just goes over the bowler's head. He bowled it slower through the air, Hafiz. A little too early into that stroke. Faridaga getting toe end of the bat, but luckily enough, going over the outstretched hand of the bowler. Slightly quicker, slightly shorter, but the result will be just a single towards deep square. Good over from Hafiz comes to an end. Looking at the contacts of the game, just 3 singles of it. After 11, PAREKH Kings are 87 for 4. Into his third over now, Aleem, the off spinner. Goes for the big sweep. Wasn't far away from the off stump. Just getting a little restless here, Talha, because he has been kept off strike in the last couple of overs. Hasn't really had much of the strike, because of which he has now been stranded on 36. Tries to go for the big shot. Easy opportunity for the people. A short third, and he takes it. He was getting a little frustrated, Talha, because he wasn't really getting the opportunities to get those boundaries coming along for his team. He fancied his chances against the off spinner. Went to go for the slog sweep. He missed it early on. This time getting a leading edge, and a fielder a short third, picking up very easy catch in the end. 5th wicket goes down for PAREKH Kings. They are 87 for 5. Adil Tanoli, the new man in at number 7. Since half the side is back in the dugout for PAREKH Kings, but we have seen some similar things happening in the first innings as well, when SHINWARI won 107 for 5, and then that big partnership came along. Looking at Rahman and Jawad Tayyab, in fact. Will we get to see another big partnership in this run chase? It's not going to be easy for sure. From the fielding side's point of view, I mean, since a lot of dew that has fallen, the ground is still wet. It's very difficult to grip the ball, and that's the reason why we haven't really seen spinners turning the ball a great deal. The bowler also taking towel from the umpire, which suggests that he's looking to dry the ball whenever the ball goes in the outfield. That just makes things simpler for the batting team. Unfortunately, PAREKH Kings have not been able to get a big partnership coming. Goes for the sweep shot given. Soft dismissal of Farid Agha. 2 in the over for Aleem. First it was Hamza, now Farid Agha, who was just looking to play another sweep shot. Getting toe end of the bat, and the fielder standing close at short mid wicket. Made no mistake with that one. took his eyes off the ball, took his hand off the bat, as a result of which an easy catch taken by the fielder at mid-wicket. He's clearly disappointed there for Daga. He was supposed to be out there till the end, unfortunately walking back after scoring 14. PAREKH Kings are 88 for 6. Picked up 3 wickets with the ball in his hands. The first innings, Fazal Malik comes out to bat at number 8. Quicker delivery from Aleem, but Fazal will get off the mark with a single. Oh, lovely delivery. Gets his man once again, does Aleem. It's 3 wickets now in the over. What a spell this is turning out to be by the off spinner. But just the second delivery that Adil Tanoli was facing. Looking to play with a straighter bat, looking to give himself enough room, but once again missing the line of the ball. The ball not turning a great deal, holding onto his line, but hitting the top of leg stump. That means Aleem has now picked up his 3rd wicket. And Adil Tanoli will be just adding 1 to the tally of his team score. It's 89 for 7. Moy Bachakzai, the new man in, but he'll be at the non-strikers end since the wicket fell of the last ball of the previous over. But what an over that was from Aleem. Got 3 wickets, got 3 major wickets. Got wicket of Tala Makhani, then it was Farid Agha. Then Adil Tanoli missing the straighter delivery. Since they are 7 down, so it's time to introduce another spinner. Seems to be another left-arm orthodox. Goes for the big shot. Now this has gone up and way over long gone. Fazal Chakzai has deposited that one over long on for a huge hit. Seems like he doesn't want to give up that early. It was pitched up, it was flighted up. Playing it with a straight about a sweep shot, playing over long on. Extraordinary stuff. Still waiting for the ball to be retrieved. I guess the umpires might have to ask the fourth umpire for a new ball in case. Finally, it's back. The umpires would want to have a look at that, just to look at the condition of that ball since it went way beyond the boundary ropes. So you see Azizur Rahman just having a look at the ball, whether it's okay to continue, and he feels it's okay. That is short, put away nicely on the offside. This will carve away for a boundary. Couple of deliveries ago, it was pitched up. It was fuller in length, slower in pace. He was able to tong that one over long on. This time it was slightly short, and Fazal Chakzai hit that one really hard. Have a look at that failure at extra cover. He did not even bother moving because he knew it was timed very well, and there is no way he could have stopped that. Flighting it up, goes for a big shot, gets it off the middle of the blade and goes over mid-wicket. This time I'm pretty sure the umpire would love to have a look at that ball again, because that disappeared into the trees and then it came down. But a couple of sixes in the over. 100 also comes up for PAREKH Kings. He's enjoying his time out there in the middle. SHINWARI lost 5 wickets in their innings, and all of them belong to these two gentlemen out there in the middle who are now batting. Fazal got 3 wickets, Mohib got a couple. Fazal will be hoping that he can get a few more runs under his belt. This is flatter and longer. This is exhibition of power hitting from Fazal Chakzai. 3 sixes and now a boundary in this over. And Zaman has been taken to cleaners. Azizur Rahman has been kept busy on almost all the deliveries in this over. Fazal Chakzai is putting up a show with the bat. One thing is for sure, Zaman will not look to flight another delivery in this over. And if given a chance, he won't even look to flight any ball in his spell. 23 of 5 deliveries. What a knock it is. Couple of balls more left in this over. Now, what will Zaman look to do? We saw Celia felt the first slip couple of deliveries ago. He has been taken off. Bowls a length delivery, and Fazal Chakzai is disappointed. He wanted a little more out of it. Bit of a leading edge, but it goes in the gap on the leg side. He will retain the strike at the start of next over Fazal Achakzai, so we can expect some more fireworks in the next over. 13 overs done. PAREKH Kings are 112 for 7. Coming into bowl that his last over, Aleem, his previous one, made all the difference where he got 3 wickets. Fazal Achakzai goes for another big shot and he gets it over mid-wicket. This is his 4th 6 of his innings. Once again flighting it up, clearing his front legs, lock sweeping it over cow corner mid-wicket. I'm pretty sure the ball must have landed in the parking lot. In fact, it has been retrieved. I'm pretty sure the umpire will have a look at that. More than that, it's the bowler who is looking to dry the ball since it was in the outfield. 78 more runs needed by Shaheen Shinwari. Now that's a full toss. Gets it over extra cover. This will run away for 4 more. He's making a match out of nothing. Fazal Achakzai. He's just dealing in boundaries and maximums right now. He's in no mood of taking a single. In fact, he did take one. But that was on purpose when he took a single of the last ball of the previous over so that he can be on strike against the off spinner because he was expecting Aleem to continue and finish off his spell. Fielders will have to be alert in the outfield. One miss hit and they should look to take his catch. If he mistimes one, bowls a quicker one. Now that goes up and that goes over mid-wicket. What an unbelievable knock this is turning out to be from Fazal Achakzai. 5 sixes. This is magnificent batting. Power hitting at its absolute best. 40 of just 10 deliveries, striking at 400. The captain, the fielders are having a word with each other. Mohib, on the other hand, hasn't even faced a delivery and he has been watching all the action from the other hand. He's got the best seat in the house, really. Pulls it quicker. Drives that one forcefully. Straight down the ground towards long off. A single is good for Shaheen Shinwari, but the more boundaries PAREKH Kings are going to get, more closer they are going to reach to that target. Fazal doing the right thing by having a word with his partner. A couple of deliveries left. There's no point of playing a rash stroke and losing your wicket. Looks for a big one. He's still appealing for something, but the umpire not raising his finger. Mohib once again have a word with his partner. Afzal must be asking him to just see out this last ball of the over. Punching that one off the back foot, picks up a quick single. Now Fazal Afridi wants a strike back, so he was urging his partner to come back for the second, but there was no opportunity for that. Another expensive over comes to an end. Aleem is done with his spell. 18 runs coming off it. It's 130 for 7 after 14. Change in the bowling attack. Umar Khayyam returns to the bowling mark, but this time from the other end. Mohib is on strike. He has faced a couple of deliveries, and ideally his partner would want him to pick up a single and give the strike back to Fazal Achakzai. Just playing it with soft hands towards short mid wicket and picks up a quick single. He does the right thing. Mohib.
अच्छा हाँ इधर नहीं वो मिलेंगे आपको ग्राउंड में गाड़ी में कितनी होगी यहाँ के लिए चाहिए या गांव की
65 needed of 35 balls. Still gettable. Shaheen Shinwari will be thinking that right now Fazal Achakzai is the only hurdle that they need to cross to defend his total. And the dugout of PAREKH Kings will be hoping and praying that Fazal stay for as long as possible. Fazal just having a look in the field placements. Third man is up, so is the fielder at fine leg and backward point. There is deep cover, long on, long off, and too deep on the leg side. He bowls a short one. Lucky to get away with that because just needed to guide it over third man and he would have got himself another boundary there. Fazal Achakzai. Just hoping and ensuring that he doesn't bowl in that hitting zone of Fazal. This time he bowls and Fazal connects and deposits that one over long on for another huge six. He moves on to 47 of just 13 deliveries. Slower delivery, and he picked it up. And that was a full swing of the blade, and once again that carried all the way for 6. Hits it really hard on the offside, but the long off fielder will come around. They're looking to come back for the second run. The throw is at the non-striker's end. Mohib makes it in the end. Moves on to 49, Fazal Ajakzai. Oh, he had a swing at that one. Look at the disappointment on his face. He knows that when it's in the hitting zone, it needs to go out of the park, and as soon as he misses one, you can just see the dejected face of Fazal Ajakzai. Although his strike rate is more than 300. He goes for another big shot. It's up in the air, long on, running backwards. We'll just watch it sail over his head. 50 of 16 deliveries for Fazal Ajakzai. 55 of 16 deliveries, 7 sixes, and just a couple of boundaries for Fazal Malik. After 15, it's 145 for 7.
आजा 4 आ जाओ बेटा
And this is unbelievable knock from Fazal Malik. 55 of 16 deliveries, 7 sixes, and a couple of boundaries. Mohib, on the other hand, doesn't need to do anything silly right now. Just pick up a single of the first delivery, give the strike back to Fazal. And if he continues to bat the way he has, they don't even need 5 more overs to chase down the remaining 50 runs. They will do it within the next 3 overs. But now with 51 more needed of the 30 balls, will he look to continue the same way, or will he change his gears? Fazal Malik. Chance of a run out, and he misses. Now Fazal wants to come back for the second run as well. A misfield and no one backing up. And they're going to get one more. He's not concerned about getting on strike, Fazal Malik, but he is more concerned about getting as many runs as possible. 2 runs of the first ball of this over means now they need 49 more to win. Once again playing it with soft hands. Although he has just scored 5 runs at 5 deliveries, Mohib, but the significance of his knock is even beyond that. Because he has allowed Fazal to just express himself completely at the other end. Mursaleen got a couple of wickets with the new ball because of his slower deliveries. Now he's having a word with Danish Afridi, but what are the options when you've got a batter like Fazal who is in that dangerous form? Well, he was looking to drive that one. Slingy action for the left arm seamer. The ball usually skids more when he looks to bowl fuller. Once again, a good delivery. It's very hard to get underneath those Yorkers, especially when it's angling across the right-hander. One good over can change the course of the match. Is this going to be this one from Mursaleen? So far, just 3 runs of the first 4 deliveries. But his plan would be not to concede a boundary or a 6 in this over. Playing it with soft hands, going for a quick single, a misfield from the field at short extra cover. Seems like he has made a plan already that he doesn't need to, that he doesn't want to take any risk against Mursaleen, because he's backing his ability to go harder at the other bowlers. Driven on the offside over extra cover. He's doing the right thing, Mohib. He will come back for another second run easily in the end. 150 also comes up for PAREKH Kings. Fazal will be on strike at the start of next over. Is after 16. PAREKH Kings at 151 for 7. Fazal Malik is on strike. Umar Khayyam will get to bowl one more over right now. 1 for 34 in his spell of 3 overs. He has got 1 over to go. And even after that, there will be 3 more overs remaining, and the captain will have to find options that can not only stop the flow of runs, but they can keep Fazal Malik either off strike or get him out. It's a length delivery. He hits it really hard, but just gets it towards long on for a single. His timing has dropped after he has gone past his half century. Now they're coming back for the second run. Now this is excellent running. What was that fielder at long on thinking? As soon as you get the ball, you need to release it. Fazal saw the opportunity and has asked his partner to come back for the second run, and he equally responded well. Once again drills that one towards long on. This time the fielder won't commit that mistake, and he is going to look to release the ball as early as possible. Now Fazal will be asking Zohaib once again to just do the basics right and give the strike back to me. Take a single if possible. place the ball in the gap, and if you can get a boundary, that will be ideal. Nicely driven. Now they're looking to come back for the second run. The throw is at the striker Zen, and it's not a good one. He's providing a brilliant support in this partnership to Fazal Malik. Mohib. It was these two gentlemen who did the job with the ball in their hands, Mohib and Fazal, picking up 2 and 3 wickets respectively, and now well on course of chasing down this huge total. Oh, he missed a slower delivery. That wasn't far away from the off stump, and this is what Fazal is trying to communicate to his partner. There is no need to go for the big stroke. Yes, the required run rate has gone over 10, but it's just a matter of a couple of good deliveries that can take the game away now from the batting team. Once again, missing it altogether. But at least he didn't lose his wicket there, Mohib. That's another slower delivery. This time he gets his man. 3 slow deliveries on the trot. He missed a couple of them. This time swinging the bat a little too early, and the ball just hitting the top of the off stump. Fazal will be clearly disappointed, as he was regularly having a word with his partner not to go for the big shot and just look to play with a straighter bat. Unfortunately, Mohib just couldn't resist, looking to go for the glory shot on the leg side at the last ball of the over, and unfortunately losing his wicket. But he provided wonderful support in this partnership to Fazal Malik, walking back after scoring 9 after 17. PAREKH Kings at 156 for 8. Jawad coming in at number 10, but he's at the non-striker's end. 3 overs remain, 40 runs more to get. Seems like it's going to be a new bowler, Rizar Azim, being given the ball. Right, it's going to be his first over of the innings. It's never easy when you've got the batter at the other end who has been striking the ball as well as Fazal has done. You miss your line and miss your length, and it's exactly what a batter like Fazal is hoping and waiting for. Going deep inside the crease, goes for the big shot. Now that has gone up. Opportunity and taken. They were waiting for a moment like this. Fazal Malik hoping that he can go after the new bowler. Got very deep inside the crease. Was looking to lift it deep on the onside. Hafiz was standing there at deep at wicket. Took a really good catch under pressure. But what a brilliant knock this was from Fazal Malik. Unbelievable hitting we saw in that innings. 7 sixes and a couple of boundaries in his innings of 59 of just 22 balls. And PAREKH Kings are 156 for 9. Djdc Azim might have won the game for his team with that one single delivery in his spell. Shoaib Parekh, the last man in for PAREKH Kings. Still 40 more runs to get. 17 balls remaining. Once again, the ball not bouncing a lot. Staying low, and the wicketkeeper also managing to stop it with his legs. It has turned out to be a thoroughly entertaining match between these two teams. PAREKH Kings were almost down and out when they lost 7 wickets very early, under 100, but a brilliant knock and a wonderful partnership between Fazal and Mohib brought them back in this game. Once again, just looking to play without using his feet much. Another dot delivery from Djdc Azim. Looking to go for a single, but it's not there. That wicket of Fazal Malik has surely changed the game on its head, and it's just a matter of time before Shaheen SHINWARI wrap up the innings. They're yet to score a run off the bat in this over from Djdc Azim. Remember, they lost a wicket on the very first ball of Fazal. And that's going to be a wide. Bowling with even a more shorter run-up. Goes for an appeal. And the finger has been raised. Or is it? It's a dot delivery. In fact, the umpire not being convinced by that appeal from the bowler or the keeper. So just an extra run coming in that over. It's a 157 for 9 after 18. So here he's trying his luck. Not a lot left remaining now in this game. 39 more to get of just 11 deliveries. A couple of overs ago, the fielding side were under immense pressure when Fazal Malik was out there in the middle. Muscles that one down the ground, but it will be just a run towards long off. Shoaib Parekh on strike, yet to get off the mark. Has faced 5 deliveries up till now. Slides that one up, but will just be a run towards long on. It's just a mere formality now, the remaining innings of remaining balls of this innings. Once again looks to hit that really hard. Jawad running the first one. Will he come back for the second? No, he decided not to because his partner was not even looking at him. Still not looking at him. Shoaib Parekh. Bowls a quicker one chance, but just didn't carry to extra cover. Once again, right in that block hole, but it's going to be a dot delivery. That means the match is going to go on until the last over. 19 done. Parekh Kings at 160 for 9. Kings still needing 36 more to win. Now they need 35 of the last 5 balls. So even 5 sixes now won't do the job for the batting team. Big shot comes. And does he get it over fielded mid-wicket? He does. He dropped the catch. The ball just landing. In fact, it goes over the boundary ropes. It's a 6 coming from the bat of Shaikhani Parekh. Took it a little too casually there. The fielder at deep mid-wicket was never really in a position to take it. Was running in towards his left, but the ball just bursting through his hands and ending up over the boundary ropes. This time it was not only missed by the batter, but by the keeper too. Can be given as byes by the on-field umpire. In fact, no signal, so there might have been some bat involved. He has hit that well, all right. That is going to crash into the side screen. Another 6. 22 of 12, 2 balls right now. So all Parekh Kings can do is to try and get closer to the target. A victory is impossible. He goes for another big hit and gets it over long off. Couple of 6s for Jawad towards the end of the innings. Just hoping if they had done it a little earlier, or the other batters would have stepped up, things would have been a little different for Parekh Kings, but not to be. Now they need 16 more to win at the last ball. Jawad looks to go for another big shot. He gets it over long off, finishes with 3 6s on the trot. And they win this game by 9 runs in the end. A close encounter between Parekh Kings and SHAHEEN SHINWARI, ending up with SHAHEEN SHINWARI winning this game by 9 runs, courtesy of some brilliant power hitting towards the end by Fazal Malik, who took this game closer down to the wire.